the oppressor's hands. Them use fear for create division. But tell them we now stand together as one. Tell Babylon you can't steal my sunshine. Baby, I make my own happy. You can't weigh me down, child. Baby, the wind and the clouds got me.
Ladies and gentlemen, you hear the big bad tune. We're jumping in right now. Again, my favorite joint off of the brand spanking new album called Some Kind of Madness is Tanya Stephens. And of course, you know, sometimes we gotta dive into the things and get straight to the meat and potatoes and the source of the thing. Miss Tanya Stephens, how are you? How are you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Jano. First of all, let me. I'm realizing something. I may get old because I'm sure you tried reaching out before, and the line would come through at 10 o'clock at night. Blame my wife. It go up on like my bedtime thing, but she forgets I'm on air on, on a Wednesday night. So blame it on old age. All right, blame it on old age. But it's all good. All good.
Don't worry, I have a lot to blame on it too.
No, here's the thing now. You're not gonna remember it, but may have beef, you know. Me not think, me if you realize, may have beef from long time, you know. From Gangsta Blues. Beef, like literally beef from Gangsta Blues.
Do that right now. May I put it up?
Man!
Do.
I tell. Every time I run in at Tanya Stephens, you know, it's always after you drop a song about the man and I'm upon Jesus peace. Every time I see him, I say, Tanya, you can't ease up halfway. And the last time I said it to you, you said to me, I don't not forget. That's exactly your words. In Fort Lauderdale, I don't not forget. I said, Jano.
But me know say not the only word, because I would have told you too that until when your behavior change, you're not going to keep getting that. So just change your behavior.
Well, I mean, you did say that, but you know, we got to tailor the story a little bit. Come on now, you know the thing set up. You know the thing set up already. You know the thing set up already. But
when the man have selective memory,
you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I love the album. First of all, I must say one of the words I tell people this all the time when them say, "Oh, yo, what do you think about the album?" It's a dope album, but I said to them, "It's Tanya." That's it's Tanya. She going in again. Talk to me about Some Kind of Madness. Just the title alone. Why is the album called Some Kind of Madness?
Well, honestly, I've been observing us humans for a long time, 49 years to be exact, and I think humans are the craziest animals on the planet, and that's me being nice, because me is a little stupid. And everything I see going on between us, among us, is just madness. I mean, there's a song on the album called Some Kind of Madness, and in that I'm saying love is some kind of madness. Right. But generally speaking, beyond the title track, I still would have called it that, because everything around me look like some kind of madness to me.
Jano. I say this with no apology whenever I'm on air, whatever platform I am on. A lot of times when we talk about our artists, we say, yo, the baddest female artist, and whatever the case may be. I've, for the last 20-odd years, not say that. I say one of the baddest artists, because lyrically, sonically, the whole nine, you represent the culture at the fullest. Again, you're born out and it hurts my heart. You know what I mean? It hurts my heart. But you do represent for the culture like no other. When they talk about consistency, I don't think I've ever heard a Tanya song where wasn't at the same level. How important is it to you representing the culture? Are you just doing Tanya?
Well, I represent myself firstly. And then, to be honest with you, I have enough respect for people's ears. You know. You see, people's ears, them time, them money, every resource that people put into my music, me have respect for it. So I have an obligation to my listeners to make sure that every time I enter their ears, I enter it with respect. Wow. So I have to make sure the product is on point. Sure. And then on top of it, I spend 30 odd years now. I build my reputation, my credibility. I have to deliver. I have to outdo myself. I don't compete with no other artist. I don't care what nobody else does. Wow. I have to keep my standard. And then I have to always raise the bar, because if I stop raising my bar, then it's no longer challenging to me. If all I do is try to equal my past work, right, then it's boring. So I have to try to beat myself. I try to beat myself every day with everything.
I got you. I love that. I love that. It makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? Because a lot of time what we're judging ourselves by is what not we should be judging ourselves by. Sometimes some bars set out this by some other people, or like you said, by our past work. And if we stay at that level, then we'll never exceed it. So I love that. I love that whole concept. You know what I always wonder about with an artist like yourself, because, you know, for people who listen to music as much as I do, sometimes I look at some artists and I consider them pure artists in terms of their art is their life. And have you ever met an artist that the artist and the music and the person are three different something? Them just no match up. The artist never meet the music,
God,
and the music never meet the person yet.
I swear, mostly. Listen, when me enter music as a career, when I went into the field of music, I started to meet some of my idols. After all, I'm tapping up because I say, if me keep meeting people, I'm gonna lose my love for music, and I just didn't want to be social anymore.
Wow.
Because too much time I book upon somebody when I believe them when I think about love, and when I meet them, it's pure hatred.
Wow.
Too many times, you know. And for me, I don't want to lose my childhood. My childhood, when I spend, I grow up and listen to people. I don't want to lose my teens. I don't want to lose my young adulthood.
Yeah.
No part of me. Like, you know, I create memories with these songs.
Yeah.
I'm a build personalities around these artists. Now, I'm not going to hold them to it, you know. Because them not owe me nothing, really. Them just make some music, and I'm my fault to tie them to the music. But to safeguard both my memories and their reputation, me just know I meet nobody. So when we meet already, I just see if I'm going good morning or good afternoon, good evening. I'm going to go sit down in my car and I'm going to do my after and go back at me. I don't really want to meet nobody else.
Wow. I share your sentiment, especially being on this side of the microphone. I tell my father told me when I was a kid, don't go into the restaurant, the kitchen of your favorite restaurant, right? And I've lived by those rules. Sometimes you just need to take the art for what it is. Jano. Stay out.
You probably never eat again.
Never. And honestly, I get that. But speaking of how of that truism and being able to convey you and the true you in the music, Tanya Stephens, let me tell you something. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we're chopping it up with one of the dopest right about now, Miss Tanya Stephens, on her brand spanking new album, Some Kind of Madness. I remember, I'm backtracking, okay, if you notice, me love living at the rearview mirror. You have a song on the drop leaf rhythm, Tanya Stephens. I was on a flight one time I listened to the song, and I say, when the song done and the last couple of bars in the rhythm and you start to talk is when it get painful. I said, Jesus Christ. I said, Dan Carleo, nobody never play stop. Nobody couldn't press stop when they go off in the end of the song. I said, Jano, you could have eased up. I still say you could have eased up, Tanya Stephens. You could have eased up.
Well, to answer the first question, nobody couldn't press stop. I'm recording myself on me. So nobody could press stop. And let me tell you what else is ironic. The first time you heard it, you were on a flight. Well, when I wrote it, I was on a flight. I write the song about vomit bag, you know what, Ireland.
Wow. Jano. You know, say, Tanya, here's the thing. If I was a single man and you're a single woman, I'm a buck you up, you know. First of all, it's a waiver. Me a beg you sign on it. So no matter what happens in our relationship, it shall not make its way into any of your tracks, them, all right? Waiver needs to be signed right here, right now.
Non-disclosure.
None.
Oh, my God.
You know, I tell people ask me, oh, you love Tanya, so me I realize, you know, we are July people. You are July, me are July, right? We are St. Mary. Yeah, St. Mary. I'm an Ochi man, so you know what I mean. We're back and forth between St. Mary and Ochi. So I think that's what
me back and forth, yeah.
See there, St. Mary High, I'm a stomping grounds too, and all them things. So we got too much in common. I think that's the reason why. You know what I mean? But Jano, you can't ease up. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Like I tell you something, still, you know. So when I said July, you don't get no real on that.
God no.
Yeah, man.
Serious.
Keep it 100.
And
that's why, you see, for those who decide to them go walk the straight and narrow, the world better be grateful. Because no matter which part we walk, we keep it real. So if a badness, we keep it 100% real. You're going to see the badness. And when we're good, you're going to see the goodness. Because we straight.
I love it. You have music out there that you have the vibes music. You have and I mean, you've been doing this for a minute. So when you record a song, you know success is something we can't gauge, we can't predict, right? But you don't know what to connect with a certain place. You know that the one you're gonna be nice on radio, the one you're gonna be nice on the dancehall, whatever the case may be. But you do have a couple of songs that I deem important music. On this album, you have a song with Sidella Marley and Diana King called Diamonds in the Sun. Talk to me a little bit about that song, because in my ears, my heart, I feel like that song is what I would consider an important song.
Well, it's definitely important to us. It's important. Well, it was important for me to do it. I've been preaching this message for a long time, in and outside of song, in every forum when we enter. But I've always been speaking from the position of hurt and pain and anger. This time, I come from the position of the after and try to talk about the healing, about the triumphing.
Right.
Coming out of it and So the song is actually, for your listeners who don't know, Diamonds in the Sun is a song which speaks about sexual violence and gender-based violence, child abuse. I speak on behalf of the vulnerable. And I think I'm qualified to do so because I too am a survivor of sexual violence, a two-time survivor of sexual violence. So it's something that is very dear to me. I want nobody else to experience it, and I want the conversation to be loud. I think it needs to be amplified because not talking about it actually helps it to grow. And it's like silence and darkness is fertilizer for bad deeds. So we need to shed light and we need to turn up the volume. And this is what we did on this song. So I invited Diana and I have been talking about doing something together for a long, long time. But while I was making this album, I was talking to Sidella's assistant about the work that we were doing, and she then told me that Sidella said she wanted to put on some background vocals on the song. And I'm like, what she mean by background vocals? Sure, I think a joke should have made.
Right.
But then she was like, my girl, my serious one up on the album, we are doing, I will send me that song and put on some harmony. I'm like, if you come on the album, you have to sing lead. And she said, all right, send me the damn song. Send me the blasted song. So me I said, hold on, I joke, yeah, make her serious. Stop ramping me, girl, me serious, send me the song. I'm like, see ya.
Wow.
Because Sidella doesn't do as much music as she used to do before.
Right.
Now I'm seeing she's coming back to doing music and I'm happy. But we've known that for years she's focused on doing corporate work and she does that well. She's a very good boss. Oh, yeah. But she does advocacy work. She works on behalf of vulnerable. She creates space for women, for especially at-risk women going through things. And she invests in a sports program that she took up the football of them as her own personal cause.
Yeah.
So she was very important to this song because she know what me I talk about. She know, and even we don't sit and talk about her personal story because nobody gets to know what Bob's family actually goes through on a daily basis. We don't know because they're under a microscope, so they must hide them personal and private life so well, just to have a little privacy. And then Diana is also a survivor of sexual violence. So, say the emotions them turn up on the song. Me not lie you. Every time I listen to it, I get goosebumps all over again.
Wow.
Right? It's all over again. Every single time I listen to it, I get goosebumps. Sometimes I listen to it by myself, I lie down in my bed, and I full up of water. And it's happy tears because I know say we express what we did come to express, exactly the way we did mean to express it. And the conversation where it sparked, honestly, can I just say thanks to the audience because the response we get, honestly, the thing says some conversation with that, but we never think the response would have been this great.
Wow.
Because, man, when me tell us say, tough man, tough skin man, I tell me say, yo, me not lie, that's something that me I listen to it and it touch me and we different, me I feel some things, but me not lie, my girl, John, me sorry, me shame on behalf of all man.
Wow.
And I want the man them to start feel we and hear we. And, as much as them say them love we, show that, evidence that in a real life, day-to-day life.
Right.
Defend we, protect we. And that we want. We want that. So, I song it is really important to make it and we get the point across and we just want to bless up everybody who not hear it yet, check it out. Engage. But for everybody who hear it already and been giving feedback, I love you, thanks.
We're gonna definitely get into that and many others today because this hour is dedicated to this album because it's a dope one. I'll say this, we come from a culture where we say rate artists and some artists that's bad and all them things, and you fall into those categories. But another term that, and I know I'm not the only one who levy this on you, but you're a respected artist. And the reason why I respect you and many people do is because, what you do, you shoulder, and it's coming from a personal place. You shoulder a lot of stuff. You're the responsibility. You're the voice for the voiceless, especially when it comes to advocacy for women and children too, and just the abuse that the women are getting. And that oftentimes comes at a cost because, again, you're an artist, and a lot of the people who you may directly or indirectly be speaking out against have a say or a leverage in your art and your revenue scheme. You know what I mean? And not you doing your thing and eat your food, so to speak, and you care zero. You know what I mean? You just put on your boots and go do what you have to do. So for that, I must say much respect, and I must also say much thanks because, men, the big tough man them we are talking about, many of them not gonna do it and they cannot do it. You know what I mean? So much love. Much thanks, but I appreciate how you use your platform.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man, keep doing it. Keep doing it, even though you burn out the man them we're in a different way still. You don't know. Yeah, tune them bad, but may I tell you, somebody
Look here, man. Come on, it's a loving fire, man.
No, Tanya,
it's a
my
loving
vex.
fire. We're burning out with a loving fire because we want enough is just lace up in a boot and just stand upside down, man. We just want. But hey, look here, man, I'm one of them feminists that we are trying to take over from, man. I don't have that. I don't want that. I want to stand beside, I want to stand beside me. I want to do it together. This is me. This, what's going to burn out enough at the time is just an insight into what really take place. What are the consequences of your action in our life? We have to tell you, if we not tell you something, how you going to know?
Well,
if you make me feel one way, how you going to know if me not tell you? You can't touch my feelings.
But Tanya, the problem is not you doing the song, you do it too well. That's the problem.
Well, I would take that as a compliment. I'm not even going to try to question that too well.
It too well. Because don't get me wrong, as much as it hurt me heart, me have to pull up the tune. You know what I mean? And after 6 or 7.
I appreciate the honesty. Yeah, actually, I admit to the stone on my fling, lick you, but all you have to do is come out of the pen. Because I'm throwing stones at dogs. Me throw a stone after pig, so if you don't in the pig pen, you would not get the come out of the pig pen.
So I chew. I'm going to plant my cantaloupe on the side. I'm going to plant my
Here you go. Here you go. Leave the pigs alone.
Jano, I'll say this. Many people use social media in the wrong way. You're one of those people who I've seen over the last couple of years, especially during the pandemic, that use your social media in a very, 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 very positive way, right? And I do hope that many people would do the same, artists or non-artists. A battle that I fought the other day on the show with a lot of folks, and surprisingly enough, the backlash came from a lot of the women, was when I said that we need to admit the fact that we are heavy into culture, but part of our culture is Jamaica rape culture, right? And it's victim blaming culture. And I thought that, it's gonna drop on some man, like I said, dropping at the pig pen, but the women responded to it crazy. Do you get a lot of that kind of vibe where you get a lot of negative response from the ladies, surprisingly?
Oh yes. I'm not surprised anymore because I've already been primed for this, It's black women especially, women who look like me, who tell me I'm ugly when I don't have on makeup, who tell me my hair need to fix as if it's broken because my hair nappy when I don't process it. And it's also women who came out and told me I chat too much when I talk about sexual violence, when I talk about abuse. It's women, mostly women. I have men saying it too, but majority of the people who come at me are women.
Right.
And I recognize that this might be because they too need help. Because a lot of the people who have gone through this, are so traumatized by it that they have actually compartmentalized the pain, them pack it away. And when me talk about it now, it's like me dig up the wound. So it really hurt them. It hurt them, but they're not yet ready to take on what hurt them. So it's easier for just try to shut me up. I understand that.
Right.
Honestly, I understand it.
Right.
It's sad that that's where we are, but a lot of it. Me get one woman who come and tell me, say, I call name and she up on the side and blah blah. Me say, me not call no name, and she start cuss me. And so when I chat for, I was like, wow. She said, so how somebody else going to know to avoid this monster if me no want calling him? Me say avoid everybody. Just avoid everybody.
Yeah.
Don't allow yourself to become vulnerable, to be vulnerable in the company or presence of anybody. Where you know having a trusted circle. And do remember that even people within your trusted circle do that too.
Yeah.
So it is the thing is it really shouldn't be your job to stop yourself getting assaulted.
Yeah.
But because of the state we live in and because of how we've been socialized, you notice them are going in the college and when they pick them up come in, instead of them telling the boys not to mess with the girls, and we spend all this time trying to tell the girls how not to be messed with. Like, there is no safeguarding against that. There really isn't.
Yeah.
The only reason why it happens is because people do it. So you have to start tackling the people who do it and change the conversation to a zero tolerance one. And then you will get rid of them. But as long as you tolerate and make excuses for them, they are going to keep coming back. And part of that is that mothers, sisters, aunties protect them. And if you're one woman abuse to another one, say if you're fault make that happen to her, then you as a man are going to feel like, well, me have license.
Of course.
I have license. You don't get my license from another woman who said, yes, it was her fault because she was dressed in a way that caused me to do this to her. You know what I say?
Absolutely.
So when you hear one woman say that now, it's like, this is like validation of the madness. And so, yeah, me do know say it come from we. But all of we need therapy, whole of we. Whole of we, the whole bungle. The mess of it just needs to sit down. The time we take a spend money, I try appease ourselves with material trappings. It's a new car where you buy, where you think I'll get a new car feeling, you get that feeling for 5 minutes.
Yep.
But all the things that really ail you are still there. So when you sit down at the cushy seat and the luxury of this new car and the newness wear off, you go back to being just as depressed and unhappy as you were before, because what you lack is not a car. You lack psychiatric help.
Yeah.
From all of the things that have been ailing you since you were a child, all of the things that we have done to our children that we didn't realize we were doing. Because I'm not blaming parents now.
Right.
This is how we've been socialized. That's what society say. But we, if you look on it, as he said, this thing don't make no sense. How would I dissect this? Like a reverse engineer would be and see where it come from. Oh, slavery. All right, let's not do this anymore. And that's how we feel it. And just get rid of all of the little things that we do what we can stop doing, regardless of what circumstance to come out of. We come from poverty, but we don't use bucket torch no more. We have headlamp out here. We live no walk. Now if we lose a little weight, we have to go to the gym.
Right.
Because we don't walk no more. We drive across the road. We drive next door.
That's true.
So I know that we can change. We can change. We can ramble.
No, but hear what. Just listen, me sitting and watch you on your social media for the half hour, so we sitting and listen to you right now too. But it's not just the fact that you have the message to convey, it's just the accuracy of what you say and the fact that it's so transparent too, because I remember seeing somebody say, I think you were on talking about something on them, call the name and you ignored it. But and when I came on here, I said, I think the reason why they're so adamant about it is because they want to give you a timeline in which to move on. If somebody keeps saying, hey, tell me who, and you say, all right, you know something, I drop a name. One, what they want to do is decide who they're going to believe, because depending on the name you drop, you either lying or telling the truth, right? If somebody's popular, somebody of affluence, yeah, man, I lie, I tell. So then move on. Or if you drop the name today, then we're going to give you about 6 days, after that, you need to move on, Tanya. And I think that's kind of, which is sad, you know what I mean? But sister, keep doing what you do, yeah, man. Keep the way I do.
Let me tell you something. You see, apart from the timeline where they might try put it on a timer now, figure the 9 day talk and move on. Besides that, they want material. They want fodder for the gossip mill. They want that. Me have one media host reach out to me and say, give me a name. Even if you're not going to say it out loud, please give me a name. I'm like, but if you're a media host, if me give you a name, that would be saying it out loud. You literally are the speakers. And then it was like, no, but we just want to know if this is an atrocity and a monster like that really can't be on our station. So we want to know who it is so we can remove him from the playlist. Me said, you mean the way you know remove Zebra and Jackie?
Just like that. The man them not big until they come
because
from
these
jail.
are people. Now listen, I'm not saying they shouldn't, but if they act really does petrify you like that,
Yep.
to the point that you want to remove this anonymous person from your playlist, why don't you remove the known ones? Because them one they actually tried and found guilty
Right.
in a court of law
Right.
and served time. So we know, say at least on the record, them did.
Yeah.
You don't know who I'm talking about, and you are trying to penalize him, but you don't penalize the one where you actually know, like, move from in front of me. You must think my brain. Them think my man last night.
John,
Let me tell you something. You see when I call him name, let me tell you the chain of actions we got when me call a name. Him know what I'm doing, and me know what I'm doing. I know who it is, and the person who it is knows who he is. So now when me call him name, this man, right now, they will not now go on female for a long, long time, and I think it is retribution, because the universe gives exactly what you put in. The universe does not interfere with the journey that you create for yourself. So when he does things like this and creates then this environment of toxicity around him, he lives a toxic life. Him, I go get it. Him, I know ask me, I ask you.
Yeah.
So this a person, you know, when me call him name, what I'm gonna do is, you know, you see, same like when people accuse Bill Cosby, you see what people run come to your rescue. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make him relevant again.
Yeah.
And algorithms don't read crimes. Algorithms have no biases, right? All them do is know who a trend, and then advertisers don't care who did what. Then just look to see who a trend, and then I'm going to give him a brand new revenue stream. So you tell me, so this man hurt me 20 odd years ago, right? And now I can reward him, and then when I call him name, I'm in no evidence, and him file a civil suit against me.
Right.
What else happened after that? So now me I give him brand new revenue stream. I bust him back. Bust him back, right? And then pay him some money when him sue me.
Yeah.
And them people I think, no, yes. Let me tell you something.
I know him, I gonna love you.
Every time you make
I know him, I gonna love you.
Let me tell you, so he never love me. He hate me. He hate a woman because he do it all the time. You see, every single time you disagree, I mean, notice it's a trend where I spread across the world now. Because cancel culture come out of the stupid mindset, yeah. So every time somebody disagree with you, you're supposed to wipe them off of the planet.
Right.
Now, me don't know how we reach it, so, but one of the most dangerous trends we ever set up from a band. You tell me, say, the content and views can no longer peacefully coexist. We can't disagree now on civil way no more. And where we ever get discovery from? If nobody disagrees, there's no discovery. There's no room for discovery.
Yeah.
There's no ability to discover, because all we'll be stuck with is what we know. We'll be stagnant.
Yeah.
We will be stagnant socially. We're going to be stagnant intellectually. It means that right over there, we are still furious, our existence. And yes, we want it. What we know, say everything all right. What we know that there's so much that ails us. We want to fix what we complain about every day. Yet we don't want nobody to object to nothing at all.
Yeah.
I do stupidest time in a human history, and we are going to realize when it's too late to fix it, because they may pick their group now think this is the norm.
Right.
Or we're going to turn them back.
Crazy times.
So me can't come out. So me can't call a man name. When me call a man a name, what me going to do is it? The last person who call name a Jamaica, and a group of people me affiliated with, who call themselves Tambourine Army. One lady posts up a list of names, right? And them rapists. These are people I'm in a healing circle with, where when them start talking, not even words can come out of them mouth, just be a balling, they cannot think of a reason why one woman have to put herself through that. And some of the time when you look and see the hyperventilating, and on top of say, having suffered through that, it give me kind of like a superpower. Me can feel the energy of somebody who's been through it, even when they don't tell me.
Right.
When me stand upside of them and watch them behavior, when me see the furtive moves, when me hear the way them talk, certain words are only we want to use them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when me read body language, I'm read between lines, me read silences, me read everything else except the actual words we are saying. Because the words we say, usually I try to shield the words we actually feel. So when me look on them woman, I know say a fact to them man they rape them. And when the ones who can speak and tell their story, there's no doubt in your mind. Because me hear people tell lie already, and as them attack, me know say I lie them I tell too.
Yeah.
But the last person who posted those names, one of them and them file a civil suit against her, I don't remember how much million they quote order for pay me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Victimization
and then them
again.
get up and tell me, yeah, oh, you mean by? So, him get out the rape and then him come back and gloat at somebody's expense.
Right.
And at this Jamaica, I tell me, say me to put myself through so the man gets to rape me twice. Yeah, them are idiot, man. Idiot, them.
And you wonder why.
And some of the people in the ear.
You wonder why nobody speaks up because, you know, I think I sat here with Sugar one time. I should say, how come so much people get raped in Jamaica and nobody know no rapist? You know what I mean? And
you know?
that is a big problem right there. So because what I think they're teaching, and I don't know intentionally or not, is pretty much stay quiet, because once you speak up, all the consequences and recourses are gonna go against you as a woman. And I don't like it.
Let me tell you something. Number one, we celebrate a rape. We do. We have a rape culture. Them vex, but how much time they dance and see them play? 6 man back her down last week Saturday because she a battery dolly. And you see whole place a lick shot.
Yeah.
Everybody reel out and run out and dance. The first time I hear that song, I don't have nothing against the artist.
Right.
But the first time I hear that song, in a style of me there, in the club, me have a drink in my hand, and me have my dark glasses as usual. Thank be to the universe for me discover dark glasses for a long time, can't hide me emotions back there. Because it's when me hear the song and me see everybody run out and celebrate the fact that 6 man battery on woman, me start ball.
Wow.
Me stand up in the club and me start ball. I couldn't finish my drink, me just stand up, just frozen to the spot with the drink in my hand, with the tears in back of my glasses, and luckily, say nobody not paying attention to nobody, so I could not wipe me feet not run on my cheek. Right? And I take time go put on my glass on the counter, and I lock my tail, and I walk down asylum step. I go in my vehicle, I sit down, I lock the door, I turn the hand, I turn on the AC, and I ball until my foot them feel strong enough for angle the pedal, and my hand feel strong enough for angle the steering, and I drive down my yard.
Wow.
That's the first time I heard battery dolly. Second time when me get assaulted, it was a gang rape.
Right.
Me know what a woman is supposed to feel when she hear that when you hear a song there, like it go in your bone marrow and it do things. It's like it me no know. It affect your DNA. It's like now me feel like I want to do a murder.
Right.
Me feel like I want to go out and I want to be me feel homicidal on me.
Right.
Because this is what the people must celebrate. And you tell me say them every time I say them have a rape culture. Them attack me and say me I try to make like Jamaica look bad. But listen to your culture. Listen.
Yeah.
I have to get it. If I even gun pint.
Yeah. And it said so
and
often.
Then you beat me up and me say your culture.
So much art, and you know what that says to me, because I have this conversation with artists all the time who somehow somewhere trying to convince me that the lyrics aren't being paid attention to that much. It's just entertainment. Now, if you know one venue where there's lights, there's music, there's liquor, there's people, there's a vibe, there's energy and party are going around you, and the words of that song can come through and affect you that way, then that reinforces the point that artists need to be more responsible, because don't think for a minute that people aren't soaking in the words that you say. But our artists seem to be shying away from that.
No, and an artist alone, you know. So here I know. I hope the artist is responsible, because I do know that art imitates life and life imitates art. Right? It's a cycle. So if you hear it in our music, it means one way or the other, say it in a society.
Yeah.
So some of the time the music is actually the symptom. Some of the time the music are just the symptom. Most of the time the music are the symptom. Me, all the artists, am responsible for not amplify that kind of behavior, but I'm also a whole society responsible for put that out there for inspire the art. We do this together. All we do it together now, we can't trick the universe. Right. No matter how much time you try, no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, you cannot fool the universe. This we live in our mathematical equation, garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you do, and that will come back at you. And this is how we've been a try from the beginning of time. We've been a try now. If you watch one movie name, one documentary named Seaspiracy, you will see one of our biggest tries right now. We keep saying single-use plastic, emissions. When really and truly overfishing our Achilles sea. Hoarding our Achilles land.
Right.
So we are so hypocrites. And the way our hypocrisy get the better way and tie we up, wrap we up, bound with to the point where we are suffocating our hypocrisy right now. We actually start believe it. Right. Because I have some people out there get hysterical when them talk about these things like it really real, and it's none of it is. It's an illusion. We're created by we, and we are do it. Every single day we get up and do it to each other. And we know what we don't want to fix nothing. You see, because the man who rich, who hoard wealth, want to keep hoarding wealth, he will never fix the problem because hoarding is a big part of the problem.
Yeah.
The earth not no shortage. We don't have a shortage of anything. The man who own the oil refiner them and the drilling plant them, the man, the entities, the whoever them own them. How much time them stifle and kill the man who invent one new way to get energy.
Yeah.
How much time? How much people me meet in my lifetime will invent something, right? And no man on the run because they try to kill him because he invent one little gadget. You install it in your car and you pour water in at that and drive off it instead of the tank of gas.
Wow.
Them try to buy him out of millions and him is a poor man and them offer him millions and millions and he say no.
Right.
No, me no want to get rich off of poor people keep suffering. No, we cannot drive off of water. This is technology that's no longer novel, by the way. Right. This has been around for ages. But it's stifled every single solitary time. And people still stand up out the blindly in a denial. I pretend to them not know, say we life no rough by accident, we life rough by design, and it is designed by just a few people who hoard the majority of the earth's wealth. Yeah. And we still serve and worship them. We still serve and look on the morning, look on the Prime Minister where we claim to represent, we don't tell King Charles how much we love and a mourn. So the lady we're displaced with, we're displaced with. See our family displaced when she come back and continue the ownership. She keep the cycle and she keep collecting the royalties. And she wealthy beyond belief after with 4 parents, them skin off, literal skin off of them back. You know, they used to wear purse, make off with skin. And him gone over the
is that ever going to change out, Tanya? You think so we ever will come out of that thing?
No.
I had the conversation with my dad yesterday.
No, we have tried, but when you have some field slave with them promoter and turn in a supervisor and put them in their house and them set them and they want to prove to them better and we know to them and we that we have enough, we have one long here, man. Me don't know. No, just want this guy open up and take him up there.
Tanya Stephens, we're promoting your album, all right? So remember, you have a brand new album out there.
So let's go back to the album. The album means some kind of madness and I thought we ever go around it. Right?
So, literally.
Madness only.
Literally. But you know something, I always love talking to you, but I tell no lie. And the last time I saw you, I know it's a COVID come and, you know, sometimes we try to stay safe and the whole nine, but I mean, me go riot still if me wait too long, I'm going to see you back in South Florida if I go and give you a show and drop some of them album. No pressure, but pressure. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, me go riot too, because I want to come. Tell the people to open the door.
Mad. All right. That with
the long time. We keep them open tonight, me did it tomorrow.
Aha.
Tell them to open the door. Not do me. Me healthy. Me fully healthy. 100% healthy.
Mad. I dig it. You got you have 20 tracks on the album here. 20 fire tracks on the album. Yeah. I would never ask an artist which song are your favorite ones. My favorite, though, is Not Today, right? However, I'll ask you which are your favorite. But if you had I go back to iPad days. If you have iPad and you only have 34 megabytes on it, which means only one more song you can put on it. And none of them songs on the album yet, right? Which one of them you put by your iPad? Which one?
If I want song I put on my iPad, I have to be Smokey Robinson tracks of my tears. I don't want Tanya Stephens to go for it. I don't sit down and listen to myself. If I sit down and listen to myself with a narcissistic, I not sit down and listen to myself, so you're not getting no song pick out of me. I don't know, every day I have a different mood or emotion I go on in me and I want different songs speak to it. So
right.
Whenever you catch me, I want me to go through that at the time I'll pick, which wouldn't really represent me correctly.
Right. Well, that being said, I'm going to just drop the song name and ask if you explain yourself, please. Intervention. Explain yourself.
Oh, intervention. All right. So, you know, me did that toy around with calling it properly, but intervention is nicer, more subtle. Let me tell you something now. Next year I turn 50. Mm-hmm. Next year I turn 50, and I've been around long enough to witness many contradictions come to pass in life. You know, you're young, you can't do this, you grow older, you still can't do this. Mm-hmm. But then somebody else asks you to do it on behalf of them. You know, like them beat a little bit and say don't lie, but then them tell them to lie when the bill collector come.
Yep.
You know, it's all of these contradictions. Well, at 50, I let go of all of that. I don't want to. I realize I'm not good for a relationship. I really am not.
Wow.
I don't want to wake up and see the same face every day, and I don't feel like making excuses for that anymore. I don't feel like appeasing people outside of my life by making myself uncomfortable inside of my life. That's not fair to me. And my life is about me. So this is it. I'm saying that I want instant pleasure. I want what I want when I want it, and no longer than that. Me go meet somebody, them go nice, me go nice, we go be friends. But we're going to assist each other. Up your friends will benefit me. I don't want no long-term situation.
All right.
And this is not me preaching morals, no. I'm not inviting anybody to join me. I'm saying what works for you, make it work for you. Don't impose it on me. Don't project your insecurities and low self-esteem and all these things that you have rocking. Don't project all of the feelings that you've been given that you never even picked for yourself. Because you don't know who you are. You are who your grandmother taught you to be. You're who your grandfather taught you to be. You have all the likes of you. This is why we have all these diseases that we call hereditary. They're not hereditary. Our behaviors are handed down. And then with behavior, give you the same sickness, because where do you think we get diabetes from? This is a lifestyle, and we follow our mother and father and grandfather. And once you change your lifestyle, you realize that we don't get the same diseases.
You know, I tell you
So,
this.
I mean this.
I had a conversation 2 days ago with my father, and literally everything we said a while ago, I said to him. And this is one thing, that's why, and I said to him with all due respect, I said, there's certain things cannot change, especially our embracing of colonialization, because whether we realize it or not, you know, we are, especially the elders, them love it. A lot of people right now of a certain age would go back to give, they would trade in independence and go back to being a colony of Britain if they could. And the only thing that will cure that is, for lack of a better word, is extinction of those minds. You know what I mean? So it's like you wait for them dead out. But you know, you're perfectly right in what you say. But I just hope that some of the ladies them, because you see the thing about it now, Tanya Stephens, that them woman out there, them get armed right about now. Anytime my man try to say, yo baby, they must say track number 2, and you can't even argue with them right about now. Because of that Tanya Stephens you see, so Jano Star. But I'll tell you this, you are like no other. You are like no other. There is not a Tanya Stephens out there. Your lane has been carved out. If somebody asks me what you do, I can just say, boy, I should do Tanya. And the consistency from all the albums coming through. But when I look on the artwork, I see how you walk away from the thing, I said some problems are going on. You know, something to right, some kind of madness. I see the artwork, I say, Jesus, what am I in store for right about now? Right? And some of the songs them start off so sweet. I look at things, I listen to the whole of them because sometimes when I just, all right, I drop down upon the radio and then you go in and I say, Jesus Christ, not that one.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Sorry. Listen, everybody will listen it first before you listen it.
Aloe vera, Tanya. Aloe vera. That's all I'm ever said to you. Aloe vera, Tanya. I saw we are going. Jano.
Yeah, you're the odd man. But look at that. May I treat you? You're going to get better. You're going to get better, man. If we even have to do skin graft, you're going to get better. You're going to heal in a permanent.
Jano. But I'm going to say this. To you, to Tads, to all the musicians, to the producers on the album, great work. Congrats on another dope project. Thus far, I am yet to... May I carry back way back in before we get out of here? May I carry back way back in? This was like 2006. Revolution comes out. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia at the time. You remember we used to have MSN Messenger on the computer then? Don't ask me how. You know, don't ask me how you and I got crossed on there. I'm going to communicate with Tanya. And I'm saying, Tanya, Revolution is out. It a drop. I'm going to the mall. I'm going to see it. Either you or some fraudulent person tell me, say, boy, no man, it's supposed to dead. Check it tomorrow. I'm going to go tomorrow. And the thing dead in. I'm going to tell my friend, I'm saying, yeah, man, I talk to Tanya. And Tanya say, talk to dead. I'm going to go there. And you couldn't tell me, you made my day. But now me think about it, I wonder if I even you. If I just look,
No, man.
Are you?
No, me see in the chat room them at night time, man. Me talk to people. Me I go in there on a different name, got trouble people. Me 2 profiles. Got trouble people. Talk back up. Me did used to love going in the Jamaican chat room them and call my friend and say, go in there as such and such. And we go everything where they have a phobia off, we go in there as that and fast with them. Me did enjoy that. I'm me.
Are you? Jano, I have been enjoying the works. I tell you, say, you're laying carve out. Keep doing what you do. Me love it. Tell the masses which part them can find up on social. Anytime, man. When me tell you, say, it's here's the thing about your music. If nobody ever has done this before, you ain't got to read between the lines. It's direct. You know what I mean? Sometimes people say the Bible, it contradictory, and somebody would say, no, it's not. Your music is not. It's your album shall name. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Because it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Drop some social media for the people them who need to keep up with you.
Well, on Instagram, it's I am Tanya Stephens. Same on TikTok, I am Tanya Stephens. On Twitter, it's Tanya_Stephens. On Facebook, it's just Tanya Stephens, and I'm not sure. I think there might be other ones, but my own blue tick. My most active on Instagram and TikTok right now. But by the way, for those who use Facebook, I am planning to give Facebook a live performance. I go do a tracks. I'm a backyard, but may I sing for Facebook because I'm not as active on there as me used to be. So me and them I try to figure out which Sunday is best for me to go on and do a concert there.
Mad. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Please let me know. I'll tell the masses them to jump on also. And if I love giving the people the live performances. So a lot of time when the audiences pass through the studio here, we'll fire up the microphone. We got the acoustic joint. Sometime we give them live. But in the meantime, I'll even stream it over the radio if that, you know what I mean, for those people who wanna listen in. And me I tell you, say, I can't wait to see you back in the South Florida area. I need to see you back on a stage, and I can't wait to sit down with you in person at studio, so I can look in their face and tell you, say, Jano, thing proper, but easy.
So you can burn me out in person. Now, you know, so me always welcome the conversation. And of course, me not above reproach. So when me say something, like, you welcome that too. This is how I learn too, because sometimes I'm wrong. Not very often. I'm mostly right.
Listen, the occasional Tuesday.
If I may humbly say so. But the truth is, though, fun and joke aside, I learn a lot from people who just engage me in a conversation, teach me about things that I never know before. People who are working on, especially the mental health.
Right.
Practitioners I've come across and teach me a lot how to deal with different people I come across because me have on public platform, because me talk about certain things, people reach out to me. I may have people who come and them volunteer and them help me. Right now, Dr. Patrice Charles have a virtual therapy group set up on where me beg help and she reach out to me, and she's counseling people virtually. Will come to me, where survivors of sexual violence, and she welcome both male and female. We have way more females. But that's something that she responded, and me I do it at all. I'm not a therapist, right. So me learn from my engagement with people, and people often tell me, "So I chat too much, I'm going to shut up." But why would I? May I learn so much, and may I meet so much people who are so helpful to me and others. I would never make 5 people tell me if we stop talking to 5 million people. Them 5 people, they can just find a different space to go occupy outside of this space. That's so much easier. But may I invite everybody who has something to teach, where we have something to learn to come, because other people are there teaching, not just me. Right. Me not come to teach, me come to engage.
Right.
And enough professionals pass through and correct me. Me get enough gentle correction, way more than how me get cussing. And me get just friendly conversation too. Sometimes I just joke where I share.
Right.
And all of that helps because we go through stressful times, and all we need is we need to stop pretend so we are right. Right. And we don't have to go tell everybody we're business, but we need to accept that we're social creatures and we need each other.
Right.
So just enter the space with humility. And even though you hear me talk like that and jokes, I may always right. Me enter each space with humility because me do understand my connection to all things around me, my relationship to my environment. Me know I'm one component in this big machine called life. I am not the machine. I am just a component. Like you, like everybody else. So when we come near each other, we come with humility and the willingness for see each other and hear each other, because that's the biggest thing we suffer from, being unheard and unseen. And when you come, I promise you, say me acknowledge you. As long as you don't come there, I try to disrupt, then me go acknowledge you. And some of the time, even who disrupt, me take them one side to ask them, what's going on with you? Because me know, say, when me used to be trouble at school, because things are going on in my head.
Yeah, very true.
So my time when I see somebody I look like them, I try to get trouble.
Right.
Just draw them one side and you're surprised to know maybe I'll need a one hug.
Right.
And you just hug them and the argument done, and then come back. You know what people apologize to me after they done burn me wicked and tell me some dangerous things, and then me say, come talk to me. Come in on my DMs.
Yeah.
That's something I go on with you. I realize that you try to get me attention. It's sad said that way you try to get it still, because you could have said hi and I would have answered. You could have told me, so you need to talk to somebody, and I would have respond. But now that you get me attention and all I can see is you a blow up in front of me, come in here so let me see if the buckle of water can put you out.
Wow. And again, maximum respect for all of that too, because and as much as I hear me say about the burnout thing, and I'm gonna tell you something, no, don't let them out your flames, because I love it, man. I tell no lie. I think it's very, 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 very necessary, just the way how you do what you do. And
I know say show up. I know you love it.
Hold it down, man. Hold it down. Keep it on the low. Keep it on the low. Keep it on the low. Listen, the other thing I'll say is this, a lot of times artists impact the audience, right? I also see you as one of the artists that impact the artist, and I think you show whether it's intentional or not. I think a lot of artists can learn how to be an artist from Tanya, because just doing what you do, again, being able to step away from the microphone and the band and have a conversation and still convey your message the same way. Again, not being a trifecta, not being three different people trying to fuse it as one, is something that a lot of artists need to learn. And again, impacting the audience, impacting the fans, but impacting the artist them just as well. I can't wait for sit down and just observe you perform these songs live and direct. People, open the gate, fly the gate, do what you got to do to get Tanya here, because some kind of madness are going out the road. Second half of this segment, I'm dropping a bag of tunes off of this, but something I always wondered about you. You're very creative. You're a creative. How does and you inspire a lot of people, because just your movements, your attitude, your words, and your music inspire others. But in a time where so many people find it challenging to get inspiration, especially at pandemic times and whatever, how does Tanya stay inspired so that you can be inspiring so many people?
How does Tanya
stay inspired? How you stay inspired so that you can inspire me with these musics?
Okay. Well, life inspires me. Me always inspired by life. The fact that I wake up this morning, it suggests to me that I need to do something with it.
Wow.
And then the things that I have experienced in my life, they make me want to get up and change it. So nobody experienced what we experienced. So I want to fix that stuff. And then the fact that I have 4 people picking me come out of one room. And I actually managed to do something with my life. But every day I wake up, I want to do something else with my life, because the odds were stacked so highly against me that I never have no past to yourself. So for me to reach yourself, I have to have a certain amount of gratitude just to the university to allow me to do this. And then I have to make use of it. Right. I look me there. I have to do something with the day. I wake up this morning. You know how much of my friend I said goodbye to just in the last 2 years? Countless of people. And I'm still there. And me look for me and me look for them, and me can't see nothing will make me more virtuous or make me more deserving of being here than them. Me can't see it. So the fact that me there is something I'm grateful for, which means that me have to get up and use everything with around me. So you see, like all people always sit down and complain, always me have writer's block. So my time I get up and me not feel no words come to me, But me can't embrace that as a state where represent me. Me have to get up and go to, if me not feel inspired, it means that me not doing enough, because life is very inspiring.
Right.
It means that I get up and go do something with myself. You see, me go out and me go socialize, I'm going to do something with myself, I build something. Woodwork, I'm a hobby, I go build something new. Macrame, I'm a hobby, I go make something. I go make 2 dream catcher and hang it on my wall. Maybe I want bad dreamer come in and teach me inspiration. Hang 2 dream catcher, catch it. Tomorrow morning, I'm good again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
That life not that complicated, we complicate it. Because we are trying to be more special than those around us. But
wow. I love that. And I've seen the post with you doing your woodwork. I mean, I guess you're serious. I mean, are you think that? You love them thing that?
Yeah.
What? Cool, man.
Yeah, man, I'm happy.
I dig it. Well, listen, Miss Tanya Stephens, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for taking time out for hang out with us this evening. Can't wait for catch up in person. But again, I'm going to drop some joints off of this album. It's a dope album. It is called Some Kind of Madness. Tad's Records. It is out right about now, and the people need to hear it. Thank you very much. I'm going to play. Always my pleasure. I'm a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Big up your listener. Best up on yourself. And enjoy the rest of the night. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. And I'm going to see you one of them fine days. Either me have to go come to you or you come up, but either way, we're going to make it happen, all right?
All right.
Much love, Tanya.
Yeah,
much love. Blessings.
What's up? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this one right here is called Not Today. It's my joint, one of my favorite ones. That's Tanya Stephens. One of the dopest, trust me. One of the illest, one of the skillest, one of the best. She's bad.
I'm a thick-skinned whiskey drinking, farm of the critical thinking, hippie art and soul mission. Nothing can mess with my head. Not today, Trey. And I'm an anachronistic, verbally pugilistic, mental thug and crimson lipstick, sucking on a biscuit. Nothing can mess with my head. Not today, Trey. And guess what? Tomorrow don't be looking no better for you. I won't be letting you under my skin no matter what you do. The wit, a charm, such a beautiful style, but I see you coming from a mile out. You can't steal my sunshine, baby, I make my own happy. You can't weigh me down, child. You know the clouds and the wind got me, and I'm standing on the shoulders of my giant dreams, and I live just to show you what defiant means. And I never give up, never back down. I'm here completely, and you can't beat me. So join me in the sunlight.
What up, Cedia?
Come from the flames, you know we got to keep Babylon.
Much respect, Brian. Thank you so much. I got to pull it up, ladies and gentlemen. One of my favorite joints off the album, Some Kind of Madness is the name of the album. It's Tanya Stephens, It Mine. Palm Beach, what up? Jersey, what up? Connecticut, what's up? Miami, Fort Lauderdale, what's up?
I'm a thick-skinned whiskey drinking, farm of the critical thinking, hippie art and soul mission. Nothing can mess with my head. Not today, Trey.
We love it. We love it. Yeah, man.